Episode 605. Thank you all for listening to episode 604, the Trebek Wars 8, Kode and Shiv versus Gray and Bear. I am one of the half, I guess one of the only half, you're the other half, of the reigning, defending, undisputed Jeopardy tag team champions of the world for the what? We're on 3 years, right? We haven't
Yeah,
lost like 8 times. I think we won all 8 times.
I was gonna say, yeah, I feel like it's been 8 or 9.
It was a close one, but we won. So Gray. Here with my co-host.
And Bear, and I think that episode just ended like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
What it
Jesus.
felt like.
Well, dude, the halftime part was fucking 30
I,
minutes.
it took forever.
But anyway, here with our co-host and returning from the road from Buffalo.
Parrot.
And do we have, I heard Robbie in the lobby over there. Does he have a stat of the day?
Shortly.
All right, we're going to get a stat of the day from Robbie live from Buffalo with our bird. So looking forward to that. But in the meantime, thanks to Wes Anderson for moments of time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on X and Instagram at Songs by Wes. Thanks to All Work Clothing. Visit allworkclothing.com. Mention Overline Podcast. And Brandon will get with that deal. Thanks to Crandall's Quality Landscaping. Give Sean a call, 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo and surrounding areas and not
Buffalo, New York.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you to Paper Denim Art. Go to Facebook, check out Paper Denim Art, and tell Danny what you're interested in. I know Robbie in the lobby has a lot of shit from Danny and has ordered stuff for people from Danny. I have. We're the two biggest collectors, I think, of Danny. And you could be a collector, too, with some of her amazing work. She has a festival or something coming up soon, and she has 55 pieces in it. So looking forward to seeing what she gets rid of there. She has some great pieces. I know Robbie has several of them, a couple Beatles pieces, which are great. And we've already talked about all of mine. Parrot has Space Jam. And hopefully Bear gets one of I don't know, something someday.
Yeah, I might need to look into that and find myself a piece for the man cave downstairs. I might just have her make me the Cowboys star.
Be cool.
I think
Make sure it's falling.
Make sure it's falling. Yeah, like everything else. So thank you to Danny. Thank you to Sparty Steve, Reiki Merch, and last but not least, Connell Barrett at datingtransformation.com.
Yeah, make sure you get over to datingtransformation.com and get that free consultation from Connell when you mention Over the Line Podcast. And in the meantime, get to amazon.com and buy Connell's book, Dating Sucks. But you don't.
So we got some things going on this week. Of course, football, golf's over. But when do we start back up on golf? Is that January we get kicked off?
Yep, beginning of the year. So we have 3 months off from golf. Thank God.
Not bad.
They are still playing. Just FYI for everybody, golf's still going on. They just restarted the FedEx Cup year last week. Patton Kazar won by 6 strokes. His first win in, I think, like 4 years or something like that. Won by 6 strokes, absolutely dominated. So he's not even leading the FedEx Cup, which is funny, but he gets into like the top 125, I think. So it's a good start for the year for him.
Great start for him. And then just to kind of recap what happened over this week. Hey, man, UFC 306, wild shit. Couple title changes.
Yeah, it was terrible picking for me. Not great. I had O'Malley by decision. Had that Lopez kid by submission. I'm sorry, O'Malley by decision. I said that. Lopez by submission. And then I wanted Ortega by submission. And Ortega lost. O'Malley lost. The Lopez kid won. About got knocked out 3 different times. Should have submitted, dude. Didn't.
Is that about Diego Lopez? Because he fought.
No.
No, you're not talking Diego, right? Because he fought Ortega.
Ronaldo or
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, it was like the second fight of the night.
Yep.
Crazy fight. It was a really good fight. Valentina got her belt back. That was, I think, the only pick I made right all freaking on the card. The
main card, it was all decision. All five fights on the main card were decision.
Yeah, I know, because it was on until fucking 2:15 in the morning. Because
I know, dude. I looked. I'm like, it's still on.
I was fighting my eyes bad at in between or during the women's fight, and then going to O'Malley. I'm like, I just want to go to bed, and then I'm like, if I've made it this far, there's no point to stop watching now. I'm like, if I know if I go upstairs and go lay in bed, I immediately will fall asleep. So I just sat there and I mustered it out. It was terrible, but I did it.
You
So
did it. But let's talk about how the Sphere was
that was
as
cool.
a venue. That was very cool.
Yeah, I like what they did. I thought it was slick. I enjoyed the spectacle that they did. I mean, I liked all the Mexican independent Noche stuff like in between. I just wish they wouldn't have done it in between every goddamn fight when it was taking forever. Like they should have understood and just sped it up and did them together. But I mean, yeah, the visual, they had Bruce Buffer announce they had him announce the winners on the outside of the Sphere, which I thought was sweet. So everyone, who was out there could see it. I thought all of it was really cool. Super cool spectacle. But they said, or what I read at least, they said that they have no plans to run it again. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to it at a certain point in the future. So I can't imagine they don't. It's just I'm sure it's about impossible to book right now.
No, it's got to be very difficult to book the Sphere. I think who's the next act going in there?
I thought the Eagles were. Maybe I heard that wrong. I thought they had a Vegas residency at the Sphere. Maybe I'm wrong, but I want to say it's the Eagles. Unless they already played. Maybe they already played there. I'm not sure.
Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, they would choke it away, so it wouldn't be them.
Oh,
That would be
okay.
the Eagles. The band where, like three of the five founding members are dead.
Doing right. They're doing, it looks like right now, Postcard from Earth, sci-fi journey deep into our future as our descendants reflect on our shared home. 7-Eleven. You gotta be shitting me. The that looks pretty neat. But yeah, the Eagles are there, you're right.
Yep.
And U2, an immersive concert film. And then Afterlight presents Anima, the end of Genesis. So
Okay. Yeah, so some
um
interesting. Definitely, I mean, it'd be a cool place to watch a movie.
oh hell yeah. Be like, the fuck? I don't even know what to watch right now. But we got WWE, what NXT. You watching NXT right now?
No, I'm watching The Guardians.
Oh, that's a good game to watch. Well, in the meantime, let's talk about we talked a little bit about UFC 306. Let's talk about NASCAR.
Yeah, we had a non-playoff driver win in Chris Buescher, kind of out of nowhere. Him and SVG battle at the end, which
You
was
see SVG go from like fourth to first.
yeah.
Like
I
just
mean, dude, short breaks. I mean, he's just so good on a road course. He short breaks so well, and got the lead. And then you're going through and you're like, how did Busher catch him? And then finally they showed like the third replay and they saw on that one of the last turns, SVG just grazed the wall and it slowed him down enough. And Boucher made a nice move under him. I mean, and he had the spot, so it's not like he could do anything. Because if SVG came down anymore, he would have got spun. And Boucher already had the spot, so he kind of let him have it. Tried to race him back, almost got to his back bumper, was right there, and just couldn't get it. So Boucher ended up winning. SVG finished second.
well, SVG is going to be a playoff driver though every year
Oh, for
because there's
sure.
how
I
many
mean,
road courses, and he's going to win one of them.
yeah, he definitely will. And again, there's going to be road courses in here. But I don't know if you saw afterwards when, they didn't get to talk because Busher was in there. But when Busher was in victory lane, SVG came up to him, shook his hand, and Busher, it looked like he said something like, sorry, didn't want to move you that way. And SVG goes, it's racing, man. Good for you. Congrats. Super cool. Super cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
So he gets it. That's right, because he would do it if he had to. He'd be slick about it.
I think he would have. I think if he got to Bush, if he had enough run on Busher's back bumper, he would have bumped him and tried to move him. So yeah, I think for sure he would have. But yeah, I mean, they're right. It's racing, so it's cool to see. But yeah, SVG is going to be a menace in Cup next year. If he gets, I'm telling you, if he starts getting some ovals down, better watch out. He could win multiple races a year, not just road courses. But he still has a few more races in Xfinity to get some ovals down.
Make the championship a road course.
Yeah, that will never happen. I wish it wouldn't be Phoenix though. I think they need to move that.
Phoenix sucks. Make
Phoenix
it
and
fucking
Miami
make
always.
it Daytona.
I think
Fuck
it
the
should be.
playoff. Go to the end of the year. Start the year at Daytona, end it at Daytona.
Yeah, I think it should be. I mean, I would even like to have like I mean, even like Atlanta or something like that.
Yeah,
Be
Hotlanta be
you
good.
know, you got to have some sort of track. I mean, in Phoenix, it's just boring. I mean, once you have a good car, you're not getting caught because there's nowhere to pass. But
Right.
whatever. They'll change it eventually. I would hope. Um, and I mean, Atlanta in November, it's not going to snow. It's not snowing in Atlanta in November. So,
What do you
but,
mean?
yeah. But for us, we did not have a great week of picking. Gray had the best week with Christopher Bell, got a 14. I got a 19 out of Chase Elliott. Jeremy got a 20 out of Truex, and Parrot got a 23 out of one Dennis Hamlin. So our updated standings, we have, I will say this in first, Gray at 13.9, myself at 13.9. I say Gray first because he has a 4 point, is it two? I thought it was four.
Two.
2 point lead over me.
Two.
Jeremy 15.2, Kode 16.3, Dub 17.1, and Parrot at 17.4. So this week,
402 to 404, by the way. And
okay,
Jeremy, who's not far behind, he is at 440.
yeah. So tight race coming down for us three. And this week we get a Saturday night race at Bristol, the Bass Pro Shops night race at Bristol. Going to be a fun one this week. And there's some big names below the bubble. Your playoff standings, I'll get down to it. But Joey Logano is already into the next round. He won the first. Christopher Bell, 46 points up. Austin Cindric, 43 points up. Bowman, 41. Suarez, 36. Reddick, 30. Elliott, 30. Blaney, 29. Larson, 26. Byron, 25. Most likely all those guys are making it to the next round. Really, it comes down to the bottom six. Chase Briscoe, 6 points up. Ty Gibbs, 6 points up, both above the cut line. Below the cut line, we have Dennis Hamlin, 13th, 6 points down. Brad Keselowski, 12 points down. Martin Truex Jr., 14 points down. And Harrison Burton, 20 points back going to Bristol. So big, this is the last race before we cut off for the round of 12. So we will lose 4 drivers this week in the playoffs. So, Gray, you're numero uno. Where are you going?
I'm going to go with a guy who has 3 top 5s here in the last 3 races. Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson. I honestly thought we were going to be on the same person this week. I'm kind of surprised. I am going with a guy who, guess what?
Needs to get in.
To make the play. Needs to get to the next round. And this is a guy who races well at Bristol. He knows how to do it. He knows how to race it. And he's going to be dirty because he's going to get himself there. And I think Hamlin's going to slip in. Denny Hamlin for myself at Bristol. He's my championship driver. So I have to use him now to get through. And if he doesn't, well, I'll find another championship driver.
Parrot.
Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott for Parrot.
Hey, mute
And
me real quick.
I can mute you real quick. No problem. You're muted. All right, Kode. I know you just showed up to the show. Thank you for showing up.
Am I still on mute?
Nope.
Nope.
Konnichiwa, bitches. Oh man. All right. Let me see. I guess I'm at the randomize on my NASCAR.
Will you have any driver you want because you haven't picked in like 7 weeks?
That's true. We're in the
Here we
playoffs
go.
now. So
Look at that.
Jeremy picked Denny Hamlin also, by the way.
Yes, he did.
Oh man. All right. Dude, I'm trying to get my life back together. My son wanted to play Mick Foley, Hell in a Cell, and tried to put his teeth through his lip today at school. So they call me. The one day I finally get good sleep, I get a call around 12:30 because, he's busted wide open. And I asked the nurse, so how's he doing? How's he doing? She said, oh, it's not looking good. That's it, he's dead. So took him to the doctor's office after I tried to go to the dentist first, and come to find out his dentist office doesn't take emergencies or walk-ins, as he's sitting there with blood just, dripping out of his mouth and dried up on his, dried up on his cheek. And I said, like I almost lit up a receptionist, man. I probably should have just to make myself feel better. But she's like, we don't take walk-ins or emergencies. I said, well, if somebody would answer the damn phone the 4 times I called, uh, I would have found that out before I drove here. I said, well, I'm checking the voicemail and we don't have a voicemail. I said, that's because you're supposed to answer the phone when it rings. It's funny how those work. No, I didn't leave a voicemail because I'm calling. And by the time I said that, the missus showed up and say that receptionists were getting lit up. So shout out Mrs. Kode for saving somebody today.
This is Kode coming through in the clutch.
Oh yeah, because uh old Roberta behind the glass was about to get lit up.
Poor
Jeez.
Roberta.
All right, what do you got, Kode?
Give me Chase Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe Verdi. All right. And I'm sure we'll get Dub's pick at some point.
Hey, better luck next year. Maybe we'll get Dub's pick then.
True.
The just quickly, just to go into some baseball.
Baseball.
Baseball. What? We got some updated standings in baseball.
What?
In the what? In the American League, I guess it's time for no, we still got a couple weeks till our preview. The Yankees 87 and 63, 3 games up on the Orioles, who have just taken a shit. And up 12 games on the Red Sox. Looks like they're going to miss playoffs. Guardians 87 and 64 and 5 games up on KC, and they've got 11 games to play. So they're looking pretty good. 99% chance to make the playoffs, same as the Yankees, and 99.6 for the Orioles, 95.2 for the Royals. Royals kind of came out of nowhere this year.
They really did. They have a good young team, and they all came together. Their pitching staff's been pretty good. Yeah, they've been around. So Royals are playing good ball right now, but they did lose to the Tigers yesterday, so they need to win today. Now, I hope the Tigers beat them. Tigers need to beat them because they're the only threat to Cleveland right now for the division. So
look at the Tigers, man, 78 and 73. What a turnaround.
yeah, they've had a great last month and a half. I mean, since the beginning of August, they have the best record in baseball.
They'd only be 3.5 out of the AL West if they were there. But which is crazy. But the Astros are ahead out there, probably going to make the playoffs. 81 and 69.
Nice.
In the National League, the Philadelphia Phillies 90 and 60, best record in baseball by 1 game, and they've got a 99% chance to make it. The Milwaukee Brewers essentially have pretty much clinched. They've got their magic numbers 2, so then that's done. So they're up 10 games on the old Cubbies, who are 77 and 73. The Dodgers 89 and 61 are going to make the playoffs. The San Diego Dads, they're in. They're 3.5 out. They got a 99.6% chance to make it. And the D-backs at 83 and 67 have an 83% chance to make it. So it might be those 5 teams right there. But the Mets are 82 and 68, and the Braves are 81 and 69. You guessed it. So just kind of crazy right now, the wild card, what that's going to come down to in the NL, you've got 3 teams within a game, D-backs, Mets, and Braves. Braves were up there, but they've lost 2 in a row. Sorry to hear, Kode. Of those 3, what?
As well as decimated as the pitching staff was this year, no Ozzie, no Ronald Acuna, like I'll take it to still remotely be in the hunt for the wild card. They shouldn't have been this good. So, that's a testament to how good they actually were.
Yeah, they've had like every single person get injured.
Yeah.
And they're up
Yeah.
5-1 on the Reds right now, so looking good for another W.
Yeah, I mean, they gave me a call to play second base a couple weeks ago.
But you tore
They
your
was that
Achilles
depleted.
answering the phone.
Yeah, and I told them I had a strain, so I had to call them back.
The so of those three teams, who do you think has the best shot to make it? Diamondbacks, Mets, Braves.
Man, I want to say the Braves because they still have a lot of talent there, but there's just too many injuries. But the
There's not
Braves
enough
pitching
pitching.
staff is looking good right now. Chris Sale has been on fire lately. Um, yeah,
I mean, he's been hurt for so damn long. He finally getting into his groove, you know.
he's like opposite of the rest of the team. Everyone was
Yeah.
hurt early. I'm sorry, everyone got hurt and was out for the season early. He came back late and he's been playing good. I'm going to say the
Mhm.
Diamondbacks, though, just because of last year. They're probably still a little hungry. Their team's rounding into shape. Let's see. I'm going to pull the schedules just for fun here. The Braves have 3 in Cincinnati, 3 in Miami. Then they play 3 against the Mets in Atlanta, and then 3 against Kansas City. So only one easy series there against Miami. Cincinnati's not, Cincinnati's tough. Miami, they should at least take 2, if not 3. New York and Kansas City are going to be tough series, but they're at home. They get a nice little home stretch there.
New York has the Mets have 2 with Washington, including one right now. 4 versus Philadelphia, 3 versus the Braves. So they're going to battle each other, and then at Milwaukee to end the season. That's tough.
They got a tough run. And I know the D-backs are in Colorado tonight. Let's see what they have after that. D-backs have a couple here in Colorado. Then they go to Milwaukee for 4, which is tough. Then they got to play San Fran and San Diego. So honestly, out of that, I mean, they all have tough schedules. Every single one of them have tough schedules. So I'm gonna stick with the D-backs though. They got that hunger to go, but I would not be shocked if the Braves ended up making their way and sneaking in. I mean, they're dangerous, man. They're dangerous.
They're up 5-2, and the Mets are up 4-1. Be interesting to see what happens.
We don't
So,
see.
I
what
mean, the
about
Mets still have time to Met, so
yeah? Let's talk about well, we can tell everybody as we talk about college football. If you listened to Gray's parlays last week, don't know if we gave him, can't remember, but Gray's parlays hit again early. Eight picked 8 games, 8 winners, and the one I thought was the shoe guaranteed was the last game, and it definitely was not. Georgia and Kentucky. Kentucky had him the whole game. Georgia came down and scored a touchdown late. 13-12 is your final. Just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everyone's talking about how unstoppable Georgia looks, and then they go to Kentucky and they're like, oh, Kentucky's a tough team. It's like, oh, Jesus, here we go. Media can't make up their minds on the SEC. But yeah, I
Jared
mean,
Lorenzen ain't walking out of that casket.
20, oh, too soon.
oh boy.
Too soon. Yeah, 24-point favorites and win by 1 in Kentucky. Jeremy, only one that has Kentucky, by the way. Texas took care of business against UTSA. Quinn Ewers did get hurt. Nothing serious. Probably not going to play this week because I have another cupcake. Arch Manning came in, lit the world on fire. So you're going to get a full game of Arch Manning against who the hell they play this week? Against
Perrysburg High School.
UL Monroe, close to Paris.
Hey man, they screwed me in my UAB game where I had a 9-1 parlay 2 weeks ago.
I don't think they're going to screw you against this one here. Ohio State was on a bye. Number 4, Alabama stomped Wisconsin. Now I say that, but Tyler Van Dyke did get hurt on the first series, and he drove down the field on Alabama. And they had to settle with a field goal after he got hurt. I think if he plays that game, I still don't think Wisconsin wins, but I think they cover for sure. I mean, they were looking really good on offense that first series with him as quarterback. And then their backup quarterback was just god-awful bad. Dude couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. So Bama just pretty much rolled over. No, Wisconsin's defense wasn't stopping them, but there's a difference when, you can actually sustain a drive and run them. I think it would have been a lot different game. But Bama ended up beating Wisconsin like 42-14 or 16 or some shit like that. So they covered. Gray was the only one on Bama. He must have had the script and knew that Van Dyke was going to get hurt.
Oh yeah.
Ole Miss ended up smacking Wake Forest. It was a close game at halftime, but they ended up easily covering the second half, 140-6, looking like one of the best teams in football so far as well. BC covers against Mizzou. Dub and Jeremy both on them. All the rest of us were on Missouri. They won.
And I wanted BC too. They had that game won. Like
They did.
they
Yep.
had that game won, and it's Bill O'Brien. And I told myself, why did I take Boston College in the points? But that's why we do this.
Yeah,
Wasn't even thinking about it.
like I said, I think even talking about it, I was like, it's Bill O'Brien. He should get this done, but I just didn't quite trust in him. And I should have. They should have won the game, but they covered easily. Tennessee absolutely destroyed Kent State. They were up 65-0 at halftime. They ended up winning like 77-0 or some shit.
Man, shout out to Kent State though, having a backbone, saying they didn't want that running clock in the second half. Man, shout out to Kent State.
They want to play football, man. I mean, those kids are getting. I mean, they're not getting. Well, they might be getting paid, but the school's getting paid to go there. You're going to go and play. You know you're going to get your tail whipped. Just go play. Who cares? Have some fun. Have some fun. Penn State was on a bye, number 9, Oregon, and they stomped on Oregon State. They finally came through and won a game big. They won like 42-17, I think, at Oregon State. Dub and Jeremy on Oregon there. The rest of us were on Oregon State. Miami absolutely spanked Ball State. Toledo, outright winners against Mississippi State. Not only outright winners, they spanked Mississippi State. They took them to the old woodshed. That was just absolute domination. D-line dominated, O-line dominated. I mean, they absolutely blew Mississippi State up in the trenches. Just an embarrassment for Mississippi State. I mean, you're going to let, as a double-digit favorite, you're going to let a MAC school come in and just slap you around like it should have been roles reversed. I mean, Toledo came in there and just smacked them around. Good for them. Love to see it.
Tucker Gleason, man, dog.
This is what NIL's going to do, though. Like this is what NIL's going slowly but surely. It's going to bring a lot of parity back to college football. Like you're going to have your level of elite teams, but after that level of elite teams, man, it's going to be a soup of everybody in the middle.
It is.
And that's what you're going to get.
And you're going to get these guys. I mean, Toledo had a couple guys on the defense who easily could have transferred out and played. It started at an SEC top tier school, maybe not quite Georgia, Bama, but Tennessee. They have a really good
Mississippi State.
They wanted to stay. Well, I said top tier SEC school, not Mississippi State. But these guys wanted to stay in Toledo because they know that they're going to get better looks. They're going to start for sure. They're going to get these guys, and they're just going to raise their draft stock up, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So good on them. I love to see it, and you just got to love when a team like, and I mean, obviously near and dear to our heart, but you got to love when a team like Toledo just goes in and pounds Mississippi State. If it was Miami of Ohio going in and do that, I think it'd be great too. You love to see it.
For every MAC team that beats an SEC team, you should be able to replace them for a week.
I think
but
so.
Then I don't want to be stuck with Mississippi State.
Let me ask you this: can Toledo run the table?
No, I don't think so. I still see flaws. They look good. I still see flaws. And Northern Illinois is a good team. They still got to play Northern Illinois here in about a month.
Yeah.
BG's tough. BG is going to be no slouch this year. No slouch this year. I think there's just.
But doesn't that say a lot about if a MAC school like Northern Illinois or Toledo runs the table, they can get in that 12-team playoff?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. But one of them has to run the table. Toledo. I think it's really between Toledo and Northern Illinois. Those are the two teams right now who both have impressive wins, who will play each other. They just have to run the table.
Yeah, Northern Illinois is ranked, and we got to play at Northern Illinois. We got Western Kentucky this week at Western Kentucky. They're no slouch. Hey, here's something funny. I think we told Cody. So remember, we're supposed to play Jeremy and his crew on October 26th.
Okay. Yep.
Guess who UT plays that day?
BG.
BG.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just go there.
Yeah.
We might have to reschedule that.
Not just all of us. We'll just go there.
All right, we'll just do that. We'll play a couple games, maybe. Depends on when the game will probably be at noon. Maybe after we go do some of the cornhole and other bullshit we wanted to do.
Yeah, we may have, or we can just tailgate there and do the cornhole right there. Win, win, win.
Fucking
There you
genius.
go.
And we can bring cornhole, and then we got to figure out what other games we can do outside that we can go against Jeremy's crew.
Who can run to the porta potty fastest?
All right, who can do
Who can
flip
throw-
cup the
who can-
best?
Who
Long
can?
toss.
Long toss.
Long toss with a baseball.
Did you say schlong toss?
Oh, we got that. We got Parrot. You ever seen the feet on that guy?
Yeah. You know what they say: big feet, big wings.
Well, we do have a guy that works shows for us. He's like, what would you say, 6 foot, Walter? Size 17 and a half shoe.
Jesus. Was he Shaq Jr. with off the height?
Swinging a fucking hammer.
Speaking of that, did you see Shaq's new girl?
No.
She girl's like 5'2", like 100 pounds. I'll see if I can find the picture. I mean, when he's like, she's up to his like belly button, I think. Yeah. Oh, Shaq has a thing for little girls.
Oh, Jesus. I just found the picture.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Is it the one where he's grabbing a rack?
Yes.
Yeah.
His hands are fucking huge.
Mm-hmm. All right. Off the
Dude,
hammer.
that's what the fuck, bro.
Off the hammer.
Here you go.
talk.
Here, hold up. Here you go. Just wild.
Yeah. EL Shaq is yeah. That's top spin. That's what that is right there.
Can't even be friends with Shaq. He pressed his dick on my head. Like Cat Williams. Or Chris, or no, not Cat Williams. It wasn't Cat Williams. It was fucking Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, right? Mm-hmm. I think so.
Kevin Hart did. I know Cat did too, though.
All right, back to football. Enough with dick talk. Parrot's getting excited.
You started it.
Michigan State beat Prairie View A&M 40-0. I actually looked like right before the game and I saw the spread was 40.5, and I'm like, I'm not changing shit anyways. I was like, I just got butt fucked on 10 points. So after I saw that, I
won what, 40-0?
They won 40-0. Yeah.
So you still would have lost by half.
Well, I'm just saying when I saw that, I was like, well, I'm not changing the spread, but now that
because we make the picks based on the spread.
I would have changed to PV just off of that, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. And Notre Dame absolutely spanked Purdue. Absolutely spanked. I figured they'd come back with a vengeance. I didn't think they'd come back with that vengeance. I think they won 66-7. So
dude, I didn't either.
That's what they have to do. They have no choice to do this to teams now going, they have to win out to have any shot in the playoff. So me and Jeremy were the only ones with Purdue or with Notre Dame not up, shockingly. So last week, I went 6-5, Dub went 8-3, Gray went 7-4, Cody went 4-7, Parrot 5-6, Jeremy 7-4. Your updated standings, you have myself at 23-13, Dub at 14-10, Gray at 24-12, Cody 4-7, Parrot 16-19, Jeremy 22-13.
He missed a game?
Yeah, he missed the first one that we did. The Florida State game.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
First, we are in week 4 already of the NCAA, and we have a new number 1 team. Well deserved so. Texas. They are a 44.5 point favorite over UL Monroe. God, this is so tough. I mean, Arch Manning's looks so good, but I don't know if they can pull him. I don't know if they have a third string quarterback, what they can do, because I feel like they're going to get up big. But you said UL Monroe beat UAB?
Yeah, 32-6.
32-6. Okay.
Yep.
You know what? I'm going UL Monroe here. I think they keep it within 42. They lose 42-0.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I'm gonna take UL Monroe on this one.
All right, Cody.
Now give me Texas, man. UAB's coach is still Trent Dilfer, so I'm not trusting that.
Parrot.
Give me Texas.
All right. Jeremy.
Jeremy, he wants Texas.
Texas for Jeremy. All right. Number 2, Georgia is on a bye. Also, number 4, Alabama is on a bye because they play each other next week. Funny how that works in the scheduling, how they both play each other and they both get a bye this week. Interesting. So number 3.
Hey, hold up. And let me add to this. So UL Monroe won 30-14 against Jackson State, whatever. 32-6 against UAB, and they're coming off a bye week.
Okay, so they'll be rested.
I like it.
Yeah,
They're gonna win by they're gonna lose by 27.
okay. What do you think? 42-17, something like that?
Yeah, that's
Fair
a good
enough.
one.
I like that. Ohio State, 40-point favorite at home against Marshall. Who's Jeremy got?
Jeremy has Ohio State.
Parrot? You're on mute, Parrot. I assume you said Ohio State.
Ohio State. Sorry.
Cody?
Yeah, Ohio State.
Great.
Buckeyes, man, coming off one of their 2 bye weeks, and yeah, they're gonna put up some points. Jeremiah
Yeah.
Smith gonna get 2 tutties again.
I agree, and they've only given up 6 points. So I don't see Marshall scoring many more than 7. Again,
Any more than 3.
yeah. Number 4, Alabama on a bye. So we go to number 5, Ole Miss, 36-point favorites at home against Georgia Southern. I'm going Ole Miss. I mean, until they show me that they're not going to get there, I'm going to keep taking them with the points. 36 isn't that much the way they've been beating teams.
No, fuck no, Ole Miss, man, they're gonna smoke them.
Cody?
Yeah, the Ole Miss till Lane Kiffin gets hired at Florida State.
Yeah. It'll be Dion. It won't be Lane. Parrot?
Sorry, who were they?
Ole Miss, 36-point favorite against Georgia Southern.
Give me Ole Miss.
Who does Jeremy have?
He skipped the next 4 games for whatever reason.
Okay.
3 games, I'm sorry.
We'll get there.
Give me back on him with Miami.
Okay. But one of the potential games of the week, there are a lot of good games this week, but this is definitely going to be one of them because we're going to truly see what Tennessee's made of. They really haven't played anybody yet, and they've been blowing the shit out of teams. Number 6, Tennessee is a 7-point favorite at number 15, Oklahoma. Parrot.
Ooh, give me Oklahoma.
Cody.
How many? What's it?
7.
Oh, man. You know what? Give me Tennessee.
Great.
So NC State was supposedly good, and Tennessee blew the doors off them. Here's the thing: they were supposed to be top 30 team. The Oklahoma has had 2 home games. They beat Houston by 4 and Tulane by 15. Not buying it. I think Tennessee mops them.
I don't know about mopping them. It is a true road game for Tennessee, and I think that'll do them. But their quarterback is super underrated, great receiving core, and their defense is very, very fast. Run to the ball well. I've been watching a little bit of them. Granted, again, it is against different competition, but they look good. Venables is going to keep this game down and dirty, but I think Tennessee, there's just too much firepower there, and they're going to end up winning by 13, I'm going to say. It'll be low scoring, though. You're not going to – I don't think you'll see the blowouts. I think it'll be like 31-17, something like that.
Yeah, and see, I think they're gonna put a 40 spot on them. I think you're looking at 42 to like 17 or 21. I think it's gonna be a three score victory.
Okay. We have number 7, Missouri, at home, a 20.5-point favorite against Vanderbilt. I'm going to go with Mizzou at home here. I think they can win by 3 touchdowns against Vandy. Vandy has played some good football, and they're not the Vandy of the past. But Missouri, they were looking good, and they got a scare against BC. So they're going to put it on Vandy this week. Gray.
Yeah, Mizzou. I think they're gonna smoke them.
Cody
Yeah, Mizzou.
and Parrot.
Mizzou.
All right, we have number 8 Miami, 16.5 point favorite at South Florida. Parrot.
Give me Miami.
Jeremy's got South Florida too.
Jeremy does. Okay. Sorry, Jeremy has a South Florida. Parrot is going Miami. Cody.
Oh man. Well, the South Florida was the one that just played Alabama, right? A couple
Yeah, they
weeks
lost
ago.
42-16.
Yeah,
They covered.
yeah. Give me South Florida.
Great.
I like the U by 17.
Right there with you. I think Miami's a pretty solid team. I think Cristobal's got them going, and they look good. I mean, it's a fucking home game. South Florida is literally right there. I think they're in Fort Lauderdale, so it's a home game. I mean, Miami's traveling less than an hour. Like that's great. So I think there's going to be more U fans than South Florida fans there. Number 9 Oregon on a bye this week. Number 10 Penn State. They are now poor Kent State. They got to be making fucking bank though. They have to make them bank this year. Penn State 49-point favorite against Kent State. I mean, after the Bowling Green debacle and a bye week, James Franklin should have these guys pissed off and ready to play. So Penn State, big. Gray.
Dude, Kent State's 0-3. They lost to St. Francis, Pennsylvania. If they don't fucking cover, I think there's a goddamn problem.
Oh man, Cody.
Dude, it's Penn State, and just they'll figure out a way to not cover.
So you're taking Kent.
And what was it again? How many points?
49.
49.
Oh yeah. Give me Kent State.
That's 7 touchdowns. All right, Kent
Just
State.
because James Franklin, the spread is 7 touchdowns, and James Franklin's gonna score 4.
Yeah, it'll be like 35-14, some stupid
Yeah,
shit like that.
with 3 turnovers.
God, I hope so. It'd be hilarious. Parrot.
You're not wrong though. The first 2 games of the season, Penn State scored 34 both times.
I mean, I'm going Kent State too.
Okay. Does Jeremy have a pick here?
Penn State.
Like I've never seen anybody fail up more. Well, I guess Lane Kiffin, he's failed up more than James Franklin. So, yeah.
All right. We have Toledo, a 2.5-point favorite at Western Kentucky. By the way, I will be in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is the home of Western Kentucky, next week. So I'm going to miss this by 2 days. I really hope Toledo wins so I can wear all my Toledo shit down there and piss all of them off. Who does Jeremy have here? Did you make a pick?
Western.
Fuck Jeremy. Parrot?
Toledo.
Cody?
Toledo.
Gray?
Toledo.
Damn right, baby. Let's go Rockets. Do it again. It'll be an impressive one. Back-to-back road wins. Western Kentucky's beatable. I think this number is just downgraded because of the big win. People think Toledo will probably be down a little bit, but they don't know what they're made of. Bowling Green.
Yeah, what Alabama just played? When did they? Has Western?
Alabama
Western's
played
played
Western the first game. Then they've
Yeah,
won the
63
2 after
nothing.
that. Yeah, then they
Yeah.
won their first 2 after that. Bowling Green is plus 23 at number 25, Texas A&M. Can BG put up a fight down in the heat? Unfortunately, I think not. I think A&M is going to be a little bit too much for them and win by 24 by 1 point over the spread. Gray?
So A&M, they obviously lost to Notre Dame, which we don't know what Notre Dame is still at this point. We're going to find out eventually, I hope, right? So, BG, I would love to say they're going to do it, but A&M's at home. But A&M at home lost to Notre Dame, but it's a different atmosphere. A&M just went into Florida and beat them by 2 touchdowns. So yeah, I agree with you, Bear. I think they win by 24.
Cody?
Yeah, BG's not Notre Dame, nor are they Florida. A&M's gonna win this one.
BG might be better than Florida. Parrot?
So yeah.
Give me A&M.
Jeremy have one there?
No,
All right. We have Michigan State plus 6.5 point dog at Boston College. Parrot?
Give me State.
Cody?
Ooh, Boston College. Sorry.
Gray?
back to me.
All right. I'm going BC here. I think Bill O'Brien will take care of Michigan State and win by 7.
Yeah, so we don't know what Michigan State is still. Kind of do, kind of don't. They beat FAU 16-10. They go to Maryland and win 27-24. They beat up Old Prairie View High School 40-0. But, still, we're still waiting on Aiden Childs, man. He was 12 and 19 for 173 and a touchdown. They need the running back to save that. I think Bill O'Brien's going to stop that running attack for Michigan State. I see it happening. Um, and then Aiden Childs, you fluster him like I said, 12 of 19 against Prairie View.
Yeah, it's not good.
So I'm taking Boston College here, and I think they probably win by a couple scores at least.
Okay.
I hope I'm wrong.
Jeremy, have a pick on this one or no?
I just got to keep saying it so that they get pissed off. Boston College.
BC.
Me being a donor to the school, they fucking better hear that. Paying some of that NIL money to Aiden Childs.
There you go. And last but not least, we have number 17 Notre Dame, a 28-point favorite at home against Miami of Ohio.
Jeremy's got Notre Dame.
Jeremy's got Notre Dame. Parrot?
Notre Dame.
Cody?
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Great.
I'm going to take Notre Dame, but this is like the fucking game that they'll come out and look like shit because it's the MAC.
When you guys zig, I zag. Miami of Ohio. They are not a bad team. They just aren't. I think they're gonna lose, but I think they're gonna cover the spread. They play tough defense. It's gonna be a low scoring game. I think they're better than Purdue. They're not what their record shows. They should have beat Cincinnati, and I think there's another team early they could have beaten as well. So Miami of Ohio for me here covers against Notre Dame. Just to mention a couple other, we have a lot of big games this weekend, right? That's just our top 10 and then some of ours, but other good games, ranked teams playing each other. We have Illinois at Nebraska Friday night, 24-22. That should be a good game. We have
got Nebraska on that one if anybody cares. Nebraska at home.
too.
Nebraska looks good.
Raiola looks really good. I think that'll be a good game. We have USC at Michigan, the 3:30 game on CBS. Should be a really good game there. We're going to see what old Miller Moss is made of going in for the first time to a hostile environment. Michigan did not look good against Arkansas State last week, only won by 10. And they just made a change to Alex Orji as their starting quarterback. Kid can't throw the ball further than 10 yards, but he can run. He brings a different dimension to it, which will make USC have to probably play a spy more or less. It can be done.
USC still wins that game.
USC had a bye week. I agree. I do think USC wins. I just think Miller Moss is too much. I think Kid's the real deal. I think he's better than Caleb Williams was. I think the Kid's the real deal there in USC, and he's going to show it just like Ewers did when he walked into Michigan and beat him. And then at 4:00 on Fox, we have Utah, number 12 Utah versus at number 14 Oklahoma State. Utah's a 2-point favorite there. That's going to be a really good game too. So we got 2 great games there in the afternoon for sure. So a lot of good games still. We have three ranked teams playing each other.
We'll be in North Kakalaki trying to watch football till 5:00.
North Kakalaki.
Thank God, Parrot, we have the Starlink and 18 tablets to watch football.
Anybody else seeing this car get towed?
No, hey, Parrot, you know what? I'm gonna throw the TV in the back, bro, and bring my Fire Stick
There you go. Now you're
because
fine.
I can do a spread of 4 games on the one screen.
We can
Now
have
he's
another
thinking.
one on the iPad and another one on the computer.
Love it. Maybe not the computer because I don't want to fuck with that.
There you go.
Not mine.
4 on TV will be good. I mean, there's good games this week, but it's literally like only those. You guys don't need more than 4 games, I don't think. So, yeah, but there'll be some good games going, no doubt, this weekend. All right, let's head over to the professionals in the NFL. Week 2 in the books already. Feels like it was just week 1. We had the Bills start off beating the Dolphins on Monday night, or on Thursday night, excuse me. And we watched Tua get absolutely destroyed again, get concussed again. And he's been put on the IR. He's out for 4 games at the minimum right now. Probably let him ponder over what he wants to do. But God, it's hard to watch, man. It is hard to watch him take those hits and have them arms and shit curl up. And God, just hate to see it. Hate to see it.
Hated seeing that.
Yeah, just bad. So I hope if Tua isn't going to retire, I hope they make him use
Yeah, the big ass helmet.
yeah, I'm trying to think of what it is, the diamond or whatever the hell they call it. I can't remember exactly. Guardian helmet, I think, is what it is. The Guardian helmet. I hope they force him to use it. It's optional. Any NFL player can use it, but I think they should force it on Tua if he comes back to play. My opinion, and they should do that with anybody who has multiple concussions after a certain point. My opinion. My opinion, my own. Cowboys lost to the Saints, just barely. Close game. We don't need to talk about that anymore. Lions lost to the
Well,
Bucs,
I
just
will
barely
tell
close
you,
game.
go Baker. I had I finally did my first round robin, right? Picked 10 games at the 1 o'clock slate, went 4-6. And I had a 7 round robin, 7 games. It was not a
This
good
is
one
not the
o'clock
week,
slate.
not the week to
But
go round robin.
I told you that in the afternoon after the first quarter, I played the three teams I did, Chiefs, Steelers, and Steelers, Chiefs, and the Cardinals, and
The
then took
Texans.
Houston at night. Yep.
Okay.
And that parlay paid out, and then I ended up 60 from the day from
Yeah.
my morning shellacking.
Yeah,
So it worked out.
It was a rough week of NFL this week, that's true. Yeah, Saints absolutely destroyed Dallas. Kamara had 4 tutties. Bucks beat the Lions. Captain check down Jared Goff did exactly that. I don't know why he wasn't throwing the ball down the field. I don't know what happened, but yeah, just brutal. Packers beat the Colts. Malik Willis. You got to give it to Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur coached to what he had, and he knew that he had Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs ran for 151 yards. Malik Willis didn't have to throw the ball much.
Didn't they have 194 yards in the first quarter?
Yeah. I mean,
Was that rushing?
no, it was total. Total.
Total, okay.
Most of it was rushing. I think Jacobs had like 100. I think Lloyd was in. I can't remember who else. And Willis had a couple runs, but yeah, most of it was. Willis did throw a touchdown pass to Dontari Wicks. So it was great. But yeah, Jacobs had a huge game, and LaFleur played it how he needed to. And Anthony Richardson looked like shit. He's going to be one of those guys that you're not going to be able to trust unless he's on dome, like in grass. He just looked like ass. No pun intended. Jets beat the Titans. Aaron Rodgers gets his first win as a Jet. Yay. Good for him. Vikings beat the 49ers. Who? Oh, that's me. I was the only one on the Vikings last week. I told you guys Sam Darnold was going to go in there and beat them. God damn. You guys should need to listen to me more. Or I shouldn't say go in there, at home and beat them. And they didn't just beat them. I mean, they dominated them. Niners scored late, like with 3 minutes to go to make it look respectable, but the Vikings dominated that game. Problem for them, Justin Jefferson got hurt. Shitty. Seahawks beat the Patriots in overtime. Commanders beat the Giants with how many field goals, Gray?
7.
Scored 21 points.
Well, so here's what happened to the Giants. Their kicker got hurt making a tackle on the kickoff, and then so what happened was the punter came in to kick the extra point. They had 3 touchdowns,
and he was terrible.
It was bad. And so he missed the extra point. They had to go for 2 twice, didn't get it either time, so they lost 21-18. Because at first I'm like, the fuck was this 13 field goals? And then I look, I'm like, oh, okay,
Yep.
they scored 3 touchdowns and fucking lost to 7 field goals.
Gano got hurt, right?
Classic.
Yeah, absolutely hilarious. So yeah, funny there, but Commanders get their first win. Chargers beat the Panthers. Chargers destroy the Panthers more or less. Bryce Young got benched, so Andy Dalton will be starting this week. The Browns beat the Jaguars, and I think Kode called it. I think Kode said 18-13 game, if I recall correctly. Just an ugly ass game, but the Browns got the win. The Ravens lose at home to the Raiders, choked. We're up by 10 with 10 minutes to go, and ended up blowing it, losing 26-23. Rams got blown up by the Cardinals. More bad news. Cooper Kupp is now hurt. Kode, did the Rams call you to play wide receiver yet?
Oh, hell no. I told them that football shit's over with.
I figured you got a call from the Braves and the Rams this week. I just hate to see it, man. I mean, they have such a good team, and you get Puka and Kupp hurt. Just brutal way to start the year for the Rams. Steelers beat the Broncos in I think that was 9-6 or something close to that. Just an ugly ass game. Chiefs beat the Bengals by 1. Any comments, Parrot? No comments from Parrot. He's still mad that the Bengals lost. Should have beat them. Had a chance. Just couldn't hold their lead, and Chiefs go down and do Chiefs things, kick a game-winning field goal. Texans beat the Bears.
That was a great win for me, though.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Texans beat the Bears on Sunday night, 19-13. I went to bed at 13-10 because I was up all night watching UFC the night before, and I was tired as shit. So I go to bed. I wake up in the morning. I was like, oh, okay, I wonder what it is. And I saw 19-13. I was like, best game I've ever gone to bed at halftime for in my life. Didn't miss shit.
No, you didn't.
And then I think my favorite game of the week, the Eagles blow it to the Falcons on Monday night. Absolutely lovely. Gray gets a win in fantasy football because Drake London scores a late tutty, even though Saquon had a chance to.
I would have still won that game. I was up by 2. I was up by 2.
But that's not fun when I say it the other way. I want to say it my way. So Drake London won you the game.
Fuck yeah, he did. And somehow I'm 2-0. And I had 2 guys get 0 points.
Yeah, you did.
Fucking Keon Coleman, who I was talking, Terry McLaurin didn't do shit either, but Keon Coleman didn't catch a ball, and then I needed a tight end because all of a sudden Evan Ingram's out, so I had to cut him, and we'll lose him to somebody or try to get him back. We'll see. But Juwan Johnson didn't do shit in that shellacking that Dallas had, and it sucked. But I somehow was like, oh, I'm fucking done. At that point, I was predicted to lose by 40, and I fucking won by 10.
Mm-hmm. Crazy how it works.
It's fantasy football.
That's the best part of fantasy football is it doesn't matter what your team scores. It matters about who you play, right? Because if I played the guy you played, I would have won this week. But I lost. It just is what it is. I lost because
remember what happened to me last year? I had some good points, but I got fucked every week. Just played the wrong guy.
Exactly. And that's how, it's exactly how it is. But yeah, Eagles do Eagles things. Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore, they're going to be, the team has so much talent, and they're going to they'll make the playoffs. Philly's going to make the playoffs. There's too much talent not to, but they won't be able to beat a good team because of coaching. Sirianni and Moore will absolutely blow it. Sirianni is a dumbass. Kellen Moore is a terrible play caller. We've said it for years and years and years, and Philly thought they were going to be great. And instead of just playing smart football, this is what I can't stand. You're guaranteed a field goal. You're guaranteed a field goal in this spot. You need to score. If you score a touchdown, game's over. Atlanta ain't scoring twice. Kick a field goal, touchdown wins the game for Atlanta. So what do you do on third down with Atlanta?
Third and three or 4, whatever.
With Atlanta having no timeouts on the 7? I think it was on the 7. No timeouts. There was a minute 20 left, right? Minute 30, whatever. And they threw it, which, don't get me wrong, Saquon was wide open and should have caught that ball. It was a perfectly thrown ball. He should have caught
100%.
it.
But they should have never ran that fucking play.
But why would you not just run it to Saquon, give yourself a 4th and 2, and do
your
ass tush push?
And you were already 3 for 3 on the tush push for the day. And I agree with you. Like Kellen Moore, dumbest fucking call. I agree. Saquon should have caught the ball and game would have been over. However, him dropping the ball stopped the clock. 1.
Yep.
And then fucking
and then at 4th and 4, you can't go for it.
Yeah, get the points. But instead, Captain Kirk goes down and does what we said. I know Kode, we all used to shit on him for, not being in prime time, but in Monday night games, he started his career 0-9. And now in the last 5, he's 4-1. So Captain Kirk comes through. He shouldn't have had a shot at it, but he did, and he lit him up. And they played. This is the other thing, because I shit all over him I'm in another text group with Shiv and our buddy Brad and Justin. And Justin's like, he's bitching about his parlay. And my parlay was I had Philly over 45.5. So I wanted Elliott to kick the field goal for my money. But on the other side, I was like, I win either way. Either the fucking Eagles are losing, which is a
Exactly.
win, or I'll win my small parlay, which is a $50 parlay, whatever. I lost that.
Well,
I didn't give a shit.
I mean, and even on the opposite side of this, the way I look at it too, even on fourth down, you go for it anyways. Make them drive the whole field, because then in their mindset now isn't I need to score a touchdown. Their mindset at that point is I just need to kick a field goal. Let's get to overtime. And then that gives you a whole nother game in overtime to go for. So they screwed up twice, more or less, which is exactly what will drown the Eagles this year is their coaching, no doubt. And then Sirianni will get fired because he's a bozo. So
And my favorite was they played prevent,
I loved it.
like a cover 2 prevent. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and you could have easily, if you like, Kirk Cousins can be clutch even with pressure on him. Like in the first touchdown of the game, he got hit and still threw the tutty, but they had zero pressure on him. So he just stood back there like, okay, didn't miss a beat.
20 yards down the field, wide open.
Did it in a minute and 5 seconds. Oh, it was classic. But then you and I are texting back and forth. Fucking Drake, what are you doing? Like, had to kick a 48-yard extra point.
Well, I mean, the way after I looked at it, or after they re-showed it, I was like, why'd they throw the flag?
He
Like,
threw that flag quick.
it was, yeah,
Brought the guns.
Yeah, but you can do that. The ref then said something to him and he stopped and went. So normally when the ref says something to you, if you keep going, that's when you get it, but he stopped. So I don't know why, but whatever. That's the shitty referees we had this year. So anyways, at the end of this week, I'm 9-7, Dub 7-9, Gray 8-8, Kode 8-8, Parrot 11-5, and Jeremy 10-6.
Parrot 11-5. Damn.
Big week. Updated NFL standings. I'm 17-15. Dub's 18-14. Gray's 19-13. Kode's 8-8. Parrot is 22-10. And Jeremy is 19-13. Updated standings for Over the Line podcast, which someone forgot to put in.
Jesus.
Number one, Mamrika 13, 22-10. Rakiji Brown 21-11, Hawktua 21-11, the winner 20-12, King Ra 23-2012, Empty Spiral 20-12, Jeremy the Tecmo Super Bowl 19-13, OTL Pod 18-14, got a little work to do, Wilson 18-14, Bird Dog 12-4, didn't put his picks in, and Grays plays 11-5, didn't put his picks in either. All right. On to week 3 of the NFL. Thursday night, Patriots at Jets. Jets at home. I'm going with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers home opener again. Hopefully he can make it longer than one pass this time.
J-E-T-S. Jets.
Cody?
Jets and who else?
Patriots. Patriots at Jets.
Oh, Patriots at Jets. Oh, man. They just released a wide receiver, too. The Patriots. Give me the Jets.
Parrot. Parrot.
Sorry, my phone froze. Give me the Jets.
Jeremy, take or no? Are we waiting on Jeremy?
Oh, yeah, no, I got Jeremy.
Okay.
Hold, please. Jeremy's got the Jets.
Jets for Jeremy. All right. Giants at Browns. Who does Jeremy have there?
Browns.
Parrot.
Browns.
Cody.
Give me the Browns.
Gray.
Brownies.
Yeah, this will be another ugly ass game, but the Browns will pull it out because the Giants stink. Packers at Titans. How about a Malik Willis revenge game already? Go Packers. Give me the Malik Willis revenge, man. Just got traded. He's going to go back to his old team in Tennessee. and beat them because Josh Jacobs might have 200 yards rushing this time. Correct?
And I would love to say it. I don't see the Titans going 0-2. I think the coach. Do you see the coach this week to Will Levis? What the fuck are you doing?
Again, 2 weeks in a row he's done that. So with Levis,
So I think he's got on him. So I'm going to take Titans. Close though, very close.
the Titans, Cody.
Give me so Packers and Titans. Give me the Packers.
Parrot.
Give me the Titans.
Titans and Jeremy.
Titans.
Where'd he go? Titans?
Yep.
Okay, that'll be Titans for the pod. All right, Bears at Colts. Jeremy. Who's Jeremy going there? Gray?
Colts. Sorry.
You're good. Barrett?
I'm going Colts as well.
Cody?
Yeah, Colts.
Gray?
I'll go the other way here, man. I think the Bears D is going to slow down our old buddy Anthony Richardson, and I don't think Caleb. I don't know what Caleb's going to do. I mean, it's game 3 in. They're 1-1. Defense won in the first one. They lost last week, but I don't know. Something tell me the Bears are going to win this one.
Okay. I'm going Colts because Richardson's at home. That's how I'm going to run it. Is he on turf or is he on grass? He's on turf. We're going with Colts. Sneaky good game, maybe. Texans at Vikings. Most likely JJ's out. So I got to go Texans here. Just going to have too much firepower.
Agree with you. JJ's out. That kind of just changes everything for me. So Houston.
Cody?
Houston.
Barrett?
Same.
And Jeremy.
He has the Texans.
All right. Another good game this week. Eagles at Saints. Who does Jeremy have there?
Eagles.
All right. Barrett?
I'm going the opposite way with the Saints at home.
Cody?
Yeah, give me the Saints.
Gray?
I believe in Derek Carr and fuck the Eagles.
I agree with fucking the Eagles, but I mean, in all reality, like they could have lost to Green Bay and Brazil. They lost last week because they choked. Again, it's going to come down to coaching. And Dennis Allen has the Saints looking good. Their offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, has changed that entire thing. And he is making these guys he's making Derek Carr. I get it. It's been 2 games. He's making Derek Carr look like fucking Patrick Mahomes out there. They're being smart. They run play actions away from where the blitzers are. They're just doing things different. They're playing good offense.
And if you look,
they've always had a good defense. So,
and if you look statistically at Derek Carr, he was always pretty good. You know, it's just now he's got a guy that fucking is calling plays that make sense for him.
yeah, I mean, they're being smart. They're giving him time to throw, and when he gets time to throw, like every quarterback in the NFL could, except for Bryce Young, he's good. So
yeah, and they scored on the first helped them score on their first 15 drives this season.
Yep. Till Dallas
Insane.
stopped that. Got him.
Yeah, once.
Just after the first 6 drives. Yeah, Saints for me though. Again, until I see something different there, the Eagles are struggling. The Saints look good. We're gonna go Saints, especially at home. This has 9-6 game written all over it. Chargers at Steelers. Harbaugh versus Tomlin. This is gonna be fucking ugly. I think the Steelers, I just don't know if they're going to stop J.K. Dobbins. And J.K. Dobbins has been on a tear these first 2 games. They're going to run away from T.J. Watt and stay away from the strength of the Steelers, and that's their pass defense. So I'm going to go Chargers on the road in a big game. Big game.
I'm going to go the other way here. Justin Fields, you know, he's only thrown basically 150 yards a game, but if they can run a little bit, he just makes some smart passes. He threw for 17 of 23 week 1 and 13 and 19 this past week, 60-some%. And I think they win a close one, like you said, like a 9-6 or 13-7, something small. And you get TJ Watt on old Herbert, great. But their big thing is, as you mentioned, you got to stop Dobbins.
Yep. Cody?
Give me this. It's in Pittsburgh.
In
Yep.
Pittsburgh.
Give me the Steelers.
All right. Parrot.
I'm going the Chargers.
And who's Jeremy on this week?
The tiebreaker. He has the Steelers.
All right. Steelers for Jeremy in the pod. Broncos at Buccaneers. Who's Jeremy on?
Bucks.
Surprised you didn't pick the Broncos. Parrot.
Bucks.
Cody.
Yeah, Bucks, man. Sean Payton's a bozo. Him and Bozo Knicks.
Gray.
Baker, baby.
Bucks, and we're gonna run that across the board. Bucks for me as well. Panthers at Raiders. Dalton is gonna make a difference in this offense. I think this is a true chance for the Panthers to win. Raiders stole a game in Baltimore, shouldn't have happened, but Minshew does have a good completion percentage. He's getting the ball to Devontae, and he's getting it to him often. He's feeding him. That's what he's got to do to succeed. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders at home.
If this was in Carolina, I would probably switch it because I believe in Andy Dalton, but for at least 1 week. But not this week either. Raiders.
Yeah, if Max Crosby gets through like he did on Lamar, Andy Dalton will probably only play 1 week because he's going to get hurt. Cody?
Yeah, man. Give me the Raiders. The Panthers just an organization of dopes. Like Andy Dalton is smart enough to go ahead and take that paycheck. Might as well put his ski mask on while he plays on Sunday.
You know he's pissed too. He's like, God, I just wanted to sit on the bench. I didn't want to
Right.
play this shitty team.
Right. God damn it.
Well, he's
Right.
actually going to play all his old former teams this year. If he starts the rest of the year, he's going to play. I forget who he went to after the Bengals, but I saw something earlier. He's going to play all his former teams this year.
The Cowboys. Parrot?
Yeah, I'm not going with the Fighting Andy Galtons this week. Give me the Raiders.
And where's Jeremy at this week?
Raiders.
All right. We have Dolphins at Seahawks. Where's Jeremy going there?
Seahawks.
Parrot?
Seahawks.
Cody?
Yeah, give me Seahawks. I don't even know who Miami's backup is.
Skylar Thompson.
Skylar Thompson.
What was he sitting in? Section B or 201, seat B, row 7?
I just got breaking news from Adam Schefter that said he got the call right before you did, and he accepted it. So that's why you didn't get it. Yeah.
Oh, well, damn. C answered the phone.
Yep, got it.
Jets are looking for another guy with a repaired Achilles to back up Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but it's New York and it's Aaron Rodgers, and he thinks the earth is flat. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of the shit that he believes.
You
I
and
don't
him
want to
can
be
do
so-
your herbalific drug retreats or whatever he's into.
Yeah, I don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah. Tua isn't going to stumble through that door, so Seahawks.
Yeah, they need like Dan Marino right now.
Tua might walk into the door.
What I said last week, maybe game of the week, maybe the shit fest of the week. Ravens at Cowboys. Both teams are desperate, especially Dallas getting blown out. But God, this is a bad. I wish Baltimore was 2-0. If Baltimore was 2-0, I would take Dallas here. But since they're 0-2, they're going to be super desperate. So I gotta take the Ravens.
I'm with you, buddy. I'm taking the Ravens. I don't think they go 0-3.
Oh. Cody.
I said Ravens and Cowboys.
Yep.
Oh man, I mean the Saints run the ball a hell of a lot better than the Ravens do, and I mean really you just got to worry about Lamar running the ball, and I think Micah can handle that. Ravens go 0-3. Give me Cowboys.
Okay. Barrett.
I'm going with Cody here in hopes that the Ravens go 0-3.
It's Jeremy F.
Ravens.
Figured so. 49ers at Rams. Who does Jeremy have there?
Jeremy has the Niners.
Parrot.
Give me the Niners as well.
Cody.
Man, I don't know. The Rams don't have any healthy receivers. The Niners really don't either. Debo's out. McCaffrey's out. So I guess they'd have to depend on Ayuk the whole game. Um, Man, dude. I'd say Niners in a close one.
Niners.
Yeah, I mean, this is injury prone central for both teams here. Cody got the 39ers because I don't know how to type. Yeah, shit's just gonna be fucking sloppy. So I guess Niners because they're the better team. Lions at Cardinals. Interesting game here. Very interesting game. Cardinals looked fantastic last week because they threw the ball to Marvin Harrison. Lions looked like shit last week because Captain checked down all the time. Man, are the Lions really going to get beat by two quarterbacks under 6 feet 2 weeks in a row? Yikes. I think they will, man. Lions look a little bit beat up, and it's worrisome. So I'm going to go Cards at home.
Give me the Fighting Marvin Harrisons.
Cards for Gray. Cody?
I'm gonna go with Cardinals just because they're at home.
Parrot.
Give me the Lions.
And Jeremy's pick.
Lions.
Sunday night football. Chiefs at Falcons. Who does Jeremy have?
Chiefs.
Parrot?
Chiefs.
Cody?
Yeah, give me the Chiefs over Ski Mask Kurt.
Gray.
I could see the Falcons winning this, but I said I wasn't going to bet against the Chiefs.
Wait, where's the game at?
Atlanta.
The ATL.
Oh boy. Oh man. Travis going back down to the hot spot. You know he got that plain girl that don't do that hot tour. He going to hot tour central. Ooh. Now give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
All right. Chiefs cross the board still.
Do we see Kirk go prime time again?
He could. He
Yes.
definitely could. And I mean, Pacheco going down for the Chiefs hurts. They just signed Kareem Hunt today, but I think Carson Steele is going to be the guy. I think the Chiefs are going to run a lot more end arounds. There'll be a lot more Xavier Worthy, stuff like that. They're just going to. Andy Reid's smart enough to know what to do when the starting running back gets hurt. He's done it before. This week we have 2 Monday night football games. Why in week 3? No one fucking knows. So
Why an hour and 15 minutes apart?
no one fucking knows. Week 3, game 1 of Monday Night Football. Jags at Bills. Come on, really? Come on, Josh Allen. Come on.
See it, but Jags are going 0-3.
They stink. Cody,
Yeah, Bills.
Parrot.
Give me the Bills.
And who does Jeremy have this week?
He's got probably the Bills. Yep.
I would hope so. And the second Monday night game, Commanders at the Bengals. Who does Jeremy have there?
Bengals.
Bengals for Jeremy. Parrot. Are they going to get in the win column?
I freaking hope so.
Does that mean you're picking them?
Yes.
Okay. Cody.
Who do the Bengals play?
The Commandos.
Yeah, give me the Bengals.
Gray.
I would love nothing more than Jaden Daniels to go off in this game. And Scary Terry to start getting some catches. But Cincinnati is hungry. They came off a tough loss.
And
So-
I mean that the defense played really well last week too. I mean, besides for a couple, things at the end.
The
But,
Bengals should have lost the game.
Yeah, that pass interference, it was a pass interference, but
Yeah,
shouldn't
100% pass interference. But yeah, self-inflicted
I know.
wounds.
My favorite was people bitching. Oh, the refs gave him the game. I'm like, oh yeah, they didn't call that fucking 10-yard penalty the play before when he knocked dude's helmet off and the Chiefs went backward. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. And Barrett, that's why I like you because you admitted that that was pass interference when it obviously was.
Yeah, no,
But yeah, it sucked. Like as a Bengals fan, I had to suck. I was thrilled because of my parlay, so I was rooting for Butker to kick that game-winning field goal. And I you can ask Kelly because I sat on the couch. I said, "I'm sorry, Parrot," and I said, "I'm sorry, Jake," and I'm sorry, Justin. But Butker needs to make this fucking field goal.
well, and I knew as soon as that penalty happened and Bucker came out, I knew the game was over because I've seen that so many times already. Like he's automatic.
He is. He
No,
is.
no.
Both of them. McPherson too, man. I mean, McPherson looked fantastic. There's something about kicking in Kansas City that homie just hits everything. So, but yeah, I mean, Bengals should have won that game. It's disappointing that they didn't. But yeah.
Gibbs will be at the game this week.
You?
Who?
No, JB.
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. Monday Night Football. JB will be there.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. JB. We'll see him this week, and then he's going to go to that game for his birthday because his birthday is in a couple days.
They actually just revealed like like renditions of, doing stadium upgrades down there, so we'll see that fall through.
Well, they said what $1 billion they're going to put into that.
It actually looked pretty cool from what I saw. But yeah, I think it was $1 billion. Actually get a practice facility and do a bunch of stadium upgrades.
Yep. So that's the end of our episode here today. But do we have wrestling? No, we don't have wrestling for a few weeks, right? I feel
Bad
like
Blood's the
AEW is
first week
supposed
of
to have one.
October.
Oh, good. All right. Do we have UFC this week?
No UFC either this week. They're off a week until they have a fight night next Saturday night. But yeah, nothing this week for UFC.
You got to move everything out of the IMAX theater.
It was sweet though. But yeah, Parrot and I Parrot's in Buffalo. We hit the road for the old farm. We head tomorrow to Eastern PA. Nice hike away from here. We're staying near Harrisburg, and then we head down to Chesapeake, Virginia, and then down to Marshville, North Kakalaki. Be back Sunday.
Kakalaki.
Looking forward to it. So, thank you to Wes Anderson. Thank you to All Wear Clothing, Crandall Squatty Landscaping, Connell Barrett, DataTransformation.com, Sparty Steve, Paper Denim Art, Great Key Merch, and as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Cowboys ain't stopping Lamar Jackson.
Trav gonna go down to Atlanta. He gonna beat Travis with the master cut haircut that he should have kept his receipt for. The Trav is gonna lay you down with this buzz cut.
Jesus.